Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to layer vocals for a pop song. Now, first thing what you need to do is obviously record vocals. Have a song written. I like to use a studio, have a professional setting, that way I can get ultra clear vocals or whatever sound I'm looking for that particular song. So there's tons of microphones out there that you can use. I prefer using an AKG C12. Okay, so once I have everything into my project file, I like using GarageBand for editing vocals and even my instrumentals. I also do use Logic Pro. I know a lot of people use Pro Tools, Ableton Live, Cubase. There's tons of programs out there. I just prefer GarageBand because I like the way the interface looks, and it offers everything I need. For strictly editing purposes and using Melodyne to tune the vocals, I do it right out of GarageBand. Okay, so here's basically what everything looks like. This is the finished product, what you're seeing. This is about 50 tracks all together. When you're doing pop, one of the keys to it is layering. You definitely want to have multi-tracks. You want to have, especially on the big parts of the songs, the hook, a bridge, anything that requires harmonies, you want to fatten those up. And so by doing that, you need to have multiple takes of basically the same line. Okay, so let me give you an example here. So here's the lead vocal, the first verse. Now, for the first couple bars here, I've only got one vocal.
There's a face I know by heart, but I've got to leave it all behind.
So that's the lead. That's how the song opens up. And then basically, from there, I go right into layering for this next part because the instrumentals pick up, and you want to fatten the sound, basically. You want to make everything sound like it's surrounding you. I'll have 3 takes of the same vocal. Obviously, I'll have one, the best take, in the front and center. And the other 2 takes, you want to have those panned, one right and one left. So that's what this sounds like.
The grooves dig deep, the dirt kicks up. I've had about enough. You're wasting time, this mind has gone away.
So if you want to hear that with instrumentals, to get a feel of exactly how it sounds, I'll play that for you.
There's a face I know by heart, but I've got to leave it all behind. The grooves dig deep, the dirt kicks up. I've had about enough. You're wasting time, this mind has gone away. Can you try to move on?
So that basically builds everything up into the hook. This is basically all the layering I've got here. With this particular track, I had 4 leads. Basically, all 4 were spread out wide. On top of those, I had 2 different harmonies. One harmony with a layer, and a second harmony with another layer. So basically, here's how, let me play it for you with all the music.
Move on, 'cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you. Your pain has brought us back to the start. Let me learn from these scars, 'cause I am overwhelmed by you.
Okay, so what I've got there are these 4 leads. All of them spread out wide.
'Cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you.
So we've got a nice rich sound there. Everything sounds smooth, clear. It's sounding good. Now, these harmonies, I've got a high harmony in there.
'Cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you.
Alright, you get the idea. And now I've got one more as well.
'Cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you.
Obviously, you want to make sure that all the harmonies coincide with each other. So here's a way to do it. Just basically listen to how they sound together.
'Cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you.
So you put the leads back in, and this is what you have.
'Cause I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you.
A nice full sound for the hook. Alright, so that brings us to the second verse. As a producer, I like to have different unique vocals on the second verse. You know, switch things up a little bit. Add cooler harmonies, more layers, different ad-libs, stuff like that to kind of spruce up the song.
You tell me now that you have changed your ways. But don't you see, these lies have led me to do the same. All those nights they won't come undone. Say you love me, then you turn and run, and I've said goodbye for the very last time to you.
If you want to hear that with the instrumentals mixed in, I'll give you a little clip of that.
But don't you see, these lies have led me to do the same. All those nights they won't come undone. Say you love me, then you turn and run, and I'll say goodbye for the very last time to you. Now it's time to move on. 'Cause
So basically that's what the vocals sound like on the second verse. Obviously there's a lot more going on, you know, in comparison to the first verse. So next, and lastly, I'll take you to the interlude and, you know, the final hook and all that. Now what I like to do in a lot of pop songs that I produce and write, I like to have some sort of cool interlude or bridge, something that, you know, stands out from the rest of the song, switches up the pace a little bit. So this is what I do.
I am overwhelmed by you, and I am so amazed by you. All the painful years, all the scars and tears, all the things I've overcome. Now I'm moving on and say so long to the things you won't become.
You know, and stands apart from the rest of the song basically. And I can still transition back into the main hook from that. I want to show you what that sounds like basically by itself, so that way you can hear these harmonies here, these multi-tracks over the lead, additional background vocals, stuff like that. So this way you can hear exactly what's going on.
All the painful years, all the scars and tears, all the things I've overcome. Now I'm moving on and I say so long to the things you won't become. Moving on, say so long.
And so from there I pretty much just transition right back into the main hook, but I switch up the instrumentals just a little bit. I keep that halftime beat going, so that way, it kind of accentuates her vocals and really puts emphasis on the emotional part of the song. So. Okay, and then from there, that's how I transition it back into the last hook. And I'm going to mute the instrumental so you can hear what's going on vocally. So I've got one ad-lib lead that basically takes you over this ending chorus. And I pretty much have all the other same harmonies that were in the previous choruses. I beef it up a little bit by keeping the high one in over the leads. That one. Alright, but here's what it sounds like, vocals only.
Overwhelmed by you, overwhelmed by you, overwhelmed by you.
So that basically completes the track. Now, one thing to remember when you're recording, you definitely want to have a lot of takes. This way I can go through and pick out the best one of each one, compile those, and edit them through Melodyne and cutting and splicing within GarageBand. Basically, yeah, that's what it looks like, on the inside of a pop song. There's a lot of layering, a lot of times, and so you just need to understand that if you really do want to have a beefy, thick sound, you need to layer your vocals. So I hope this tutorial helped you. Thanks for watching.